Welcome to Above and Beyond Affiliate Marketing. I am your host, Jason Ryland. We're continuing the conversation on crushing goals, hence the title Goal Crusher. We're actually going to go right into the power of goal setting today. And I just wanted to say that we've gotten a lot of emails and support on the subject, and we had taken some time to reestablish and actually do what you asked us to do. Do some more research, dig in, and find out that how we can really help you build your business, your affiliate business, your personal relationships. Just because we actually should have goals even in our marriages and even raising our children. So let's get right into it. Now, I like this little quote, this little saying. I'm probably saying the name wrong, but it's from Og Mandino, and this person has said is the victory of success is half won when one gains the habit of setting and achieving goals. So think about that. It's half. If you set your goal, it's half won already, and if you get in the habit of doing that and then achieving them, it gets you there. So goal setting is kind of like, we hear that a lot these days, and it's really the very first step in our efforts to achieve our dreams, because our dreams can never turn into reality if you don't have them. If you're just dream about it, because I'm a daydreamer, I do have that, but if I didn't have any goals to match my dreams, that doesn't matter. Because we can try to imagine ourselves being in the same position in our lives after wasting 30-some years using various ways to achieve our dreams, just realize that we never really reached any of our goals to bring us closer to our dreams. If that makes any sense to you guys. Because it would have been just a desperate failure from the start. Because you had the dream, you're going towards that dream, and you're taking action, great. But without a concrete plan and how to get there, that's where we fall short. So to understand this just a little more clearly, and this is where the next few steps is going to take us towards reaching this success, we're going to recognize that there are 6 essential reasons for us to set our goals the right way. Okay? So let's get out your pen and paper. You know I have asked you guys this before. Make sure you're writing it down. Now, number 1, goals. Write this down. Goals as a force of motivation. Okay? Goals drive us towards our achievements as it acts as the force of our motivation. So, if we can connect with our inner desire, goal setting is the first step we take towards our achievement. So both the short term and the long term gives us a target to aim at, a destination, if you will. So you have a particular number of arriving to your ultimate goal. Now you can check that out at another podcast that we had previously on. We can chunk it out. We call it chunking of goal setting, to break them down in small chunks so it doesn't become overwhelming and you aim at smaller goals to get to the bigger ones. Anyways, if you can do it, you will do it. I mean, if you can do it, you have the will, you can do it. Now, that's the point, right? And I want you to get excited and passionate about this as we work towards this diligently in these episodes, because while it's common that our efforts to achieve goals are full of enthusiasm and energy in the beginning, it is important for us to know that how much of these goals personally mean to ourselves. In such a way, setting goals which we know we would truly be passionate about in the long term will help us accomplish our missions in a more sustainable manner. Now, okay guys, I mean, if we're not consistently motivated, we would suffer from burnouts or of trying to achieve meaningless goals. I actually have a whole episode on setting yourself up for failure. That's part. Now, getting into number 2, we have, write this down. Goals as visual represent our dreams. So, imagination, visualizations, fantasies, or even dreams are not just unrealistic concepts based on our knowledge, but we have set our goals towards them. So, you've heard me talk about having a dream board, read your plan every night before you go to bed or as you wake up every morning, because this goal setting plays a vital role in ensuring your belief, and you could actually analyze the results and efforts in chasing after every resource you need in order to achieve them, because it's interpreted this way as accomplishing each goal will bring us closer to achieving your target, right? So achieving your goals means increasing your chances of succeeding. That's why we're here, right? That's why you listen to the show, because it's going to help you track your work, your progress, assessing how your work can be done, and the amount of time needed for each part. These goals can also be interrelated to one another, as we cannot progress without specific work if one objective or goal is not reached, right? We have a base point. Now, I have a picture here that is in my office, and it says, to measure is to know. Okay? You can measure your success by where have you been if you know where you started from. Okay? Because one particular situation, I gotta tell you, that kind of exemplifies this concept is organizing a birthday party for my daughter. You know, the first step is always send out the invitations, confirming the number of guests. Just these simple first 2 steps, it would be challenging to arrange for a venue, the amount of food and drinks and decoration of any other aspects which will complete the party, right? The invitations, the number of guests attending, are two vital factors for success of the party, right? Need to know those things. So, in conclusion, guys, some work cannot simply progress without completing certain goals first. Now, number 4, write this down. Goals is promises to yourself. Goals have a set to achieve are also promises we made to ourselves. Think about that. In writing down the goal setting process, some of you guys might even record it. But it's important that we ensure these concrete goals and give ourselves a particular timeline, okay, to achieve that goal. Because it does use to have an open-ended. You gotta have, I want to do this by this time. That's so you have a base point there. Because other than that, these promises that you, even if you write them down and you don't have any responsible way of, it's just open-ended, the action will lead you to failure because of success of our plans. With this sense of responsibility, listen to that word. Now, it's also accountability, but I'm just going to use the word responsibility now, because it's a promise to yourself, and you've written it down. It should have a finish date, or reach your goal to get to the other goal. So it allows yourself to reevaluate what you've done, even scrutinize the consequences, whether in a short period or in the long term. Because you can scrutinize your work. It's okay. Don't get down on yourself. I'm not saying, don't beat yourself up if this didn't work out exactly the way that you wanted it to. But we're here to learn, right? There's a learning curve. and you want to shorten that learning curve, you can do so by having these written out. And you can scrutinize, like, oh, I could have done that better. Oh, I just learned that. I was just reading another one of our wonderful marketing books by Dan S. Kennedy, and there was something that I learned. I'm just like, man, I was doing that kind of differently. I think I can, tweak that a little bit. Anyways, moving on to goal number 5. Goals as, write this down, goals as a direction of our focus. Okay, now, setting goals also means setting your mind, your heart, your soul to your target, right? In a metaphorical sense, right? So we simply cannot shoot an arrow without a target. Upon setting your goals, you want to know how, you want to know where, and you want to know when to use your skills, your talents, your abilities into achieving that, right? So it's like picture this, guys. Picture this. It's like a magnifying glass. Concentrates the sunlight towards the leaf, right? And then if doing so, then the leaf gets burnt. The sunlight is our abilities, whereas the magnifying glass is likened to our focus on the target. And the leaf, obviously, is the target. Without the magnifying glass, your focus, the target would never be reached despite the amount of heat the sunlight supplies, which is our potentials. We can only obtain this sense of direction in our journey to our dreams when we specify the goals right from the beginning. Sometimes we can't avoid the fact that our focus might change, and we have to maintain, or we have to do things a little differently, or we have some extent to defend of our focus to achieve our goals. One of the many ways to maintain this focus is in the changing of our lifestyles is to reduce distractions, such as declining invitations to meaningless parties, or occasionally saying no to outgoing or ongoing, or doing things that you don't really need to be doing. This reduces the resources spent on distractions, and it in turn increases your productivity to work on your objective. Sometimes I have that same thing that I'm kind of a yes guy here at my home, at the office, and stuff like that, because I like to be helpful, right? I have a caretaking personality. Wow, imagine that. I have a podcast, for affiliate marketers, building and growing their businesses, because I am also a certified professional, highly skilled, qualified affiliate marketer myself. And I'm just like, I want to help those others out there that are struggling to make this business work, because the learning curve, right? Focus, though, right? Focus on where you can be most effective, because one half of knowing what you want is knowing what you must give up before you get it. That's plain and simple. And number 6, that kind of leads us right into number 6. Goals to develop your potential. Okay? Unleash your potential. Stop holding yourself back. Because your potential that is nurtured through our process, that's why you're here. Listen, that's why you're here. Because we're helping just nurture you along and to help you achieve your goals that we set from the beginning. This means setting the goals which direct your opportunities to expand your knowledge, sharpen your skills, and enrich your experience that will benefit you in the future. Without such goals, you just might be able to develop yourself out of your comfort zone. And then you're subject to the comfortable and safe routines of daily life. Because if you're not setting goals or not having suitable goals, some of your potentials never grow, or they're just locked within yourself. Because on the contrary, goals which we set for ourselves enable us to challenge ourselves, to adapt to new environments, new situations, new opportunities. Besides that, I mean, just think about the certain expectations that you have for yourself that only you could convince you to do the best and expand your limits, right? So let's say your goal is weight loss or weight gain. Some people do that, and they have different targets, right? So you have to run a time limit. You know, there's businesses, loss in profits, there's business profits, or even following a planned diet or personal goals to help challenge yourself. Obviously, we reap what we sow. I know that sounds cliche, but it's so true, because sometimes what we sow might be more than just the reward itself, right? Sometimes what we think is a reward is not one. It's just a falsehood that we've set up. And once we can appreciate the improvements that we've gained through accomplishments, so we actually, I know we don't like the word failure, but failure is a word, and it's something that we can fail at many different things, and it's okay as long as we know what we gained through that. I mean, there's so many things that you think that you fail in a relationship or in a business venture or within ad that didn't work or in solutions that you do. Those are actually your strengths, because now you've learned what not to do. Then now you know that can give you a sense of self-fulfillment. You know what to do now, because this feeling of just satisfying yourselves can work on other goals, but the better motivation and the energy that comes from that, you have to even feel that even the obstacles in later stages are as challenging as before too. Now that's one thing that I've said in my household. I said to my son, who's 12. I said, you know what? There might be an obstacle in your way, but that is just one thing that helps you challenge yourself, and to do better. So now with that, I wanna say thank you all for listening today. This is a kind of a shorter episode, but I'm going to tell you that that once you get these goals, you set them up, put them in front of you, be accountable for them, share them with a loved one, a spouse, family member, a friend that supports you, that's not a naysayer. Okay, get those out of your life. Bring them somebody and say, hey, these are my goals. Somebody that's going to help you stay accountable, that's key too. Share it with somebody else. Say, hey, my goal is this. I've written it down. I'm going to share it with you. I've even, with my wife, she's so supportive, and I have, I'm a daydreamer and everything else, and she literally says, okay, come back down to earth a little bit. We're focused on this right now. Finish this, and then we'll work on that, because I'm actually wanting to do our own TV show and go on and have this whole, I just want to give back, and I want to have people on the show that are highly successful and everything else, but we got to start here. And right now I'm at this amazing podcast. We're in 8 different countries. we're helping people all over the world. And I want to say thank you for that. Thank you for your support. Please donate to our show. That does help. There's one thing that we give all this stuff for free. You can download our books for free. You can look at our description page. There should be a downloadable links there. And please leave us a message. Leave us a message of the show. We actually incorporate your messages in the show. If they're really out there, we can't. If they're we're a clean show, we're a Christian show, so we can't. We're subject to edit a lot of stuff. But be positive and be part of the show. Please leave us a voice message. We'll put you right in here with our show. And if you have any other techniques and help people, please feel free. Tomorrow we're going to talk about techniques, goal crushing techniques, and that is so. Here's kind of a synopsis of tomorrow's show. So after what you learned today, okay, you have a better idea what that's going to be about, so it kind of helps you pursue your goals, right? So tomorrow we're going to start out our long-term ambitions and the best way you could set up your goals in a more perfect manner. That's coming up tomorrow. Thank you all for listening. May you forever be richer. God bless.